But not this guy. Left off the McDonald's list is LeBron James, but that's only because the game is for seniors. James appears ready for some other competition. The junior from Akron, Ohio, is projected as one of the top, if not the top pick in the next NBA draft, if he were allowed to enter it. Bob Holtzman introduces us now to a player the scouts have been familiar with for a long time.
To LeBron for Jim. Here goes LeBron all the way. Two-handed Jim.
For me, it could be compared to Michael, Magic, Kobe, all the ones that's making so success in the league. It's great, and I'm going to just keep working hard, and someday it could be another one that could be compared to me.
James has created such a buzz that his team can no longer play here in its own gym. It's too small. They now play their home games at the University of Akron, where the capacity is about 6,000, and you never know who might show up.
When Shaq came to our game the other day, that was crazy. I mean, I know he's a good player, probably the best player in the country in high school, and he'd be one of the best players in college if you added that too, but Shaq shows up to your game, I don't know, that was just wild to me.
I wish there were a book or something I could have read beforehand, but this is, this is all new territory.
Every game that we have is sold out. I can remember my freshman year, it was only 300 people in the stands, not knowing nothing about us. But now it's sold out every night, 5,000 to 6,000. And, but I'm liking it.
James is already the subject of a sneaker war between Adidas and Nike. His high school wears Adidas, and James receives custom-made sneakers complete with his initials and number. Nike says it's trying to build a relationship with James and his family, but can't sign him until he turns pro.
Hopping and bouncing, shaking and baking, goes to the basket and scores. Nice play by LeBron.
James thought
you just got to live with life, and you just got to be patient. I've been patient this long, I can be patient for another year.
Remember, we're a team sport. It's not golf or tennis or figure skating. It's very difficult for our teams who have to make judgments on player talent to do so when a player is, was very young.
James is 17. He's staying in school. He says he's thinking about college, but few expect him to go. In the meantime, the legend continues to grow of the schoolboy from Akron, who some say just might be the next Jordan.
If all goes well and he stays healthy and continues to remain focused as he has been and work to improve and get better, someday that statement may be very, very true.
And for a bit of perspective, we bring in college basketball analyst extraordinaire Jay Billis. And so we've seen what LeBron James can do against high school kids. I've heard some people say he's ready for the NBA now. Is he?
Well, I don't know if he's ready for the NBA now. I think he can compete in the NBA and compete favorably if he were to go right now. He's certainly as good as some of the underclassmen that left college early and are in the NBA as we speak. But is his game ready to be ultra competitive on the league as he will be in the future? The answer is probably no. He's only 17, 18 years old. But, LeBron James has got the full package. I saw him this summer. There's nothing he can't do in a basketball court. He's got a unique understanding of the game. He's very athletic. He can shoot it. He can handle it as well. There's no question he's going to be a great player, and he's really the best high school player I've ever seen.
So he's further along then than, say, Kwame Brown, Tyson Chandler, Eddie Curry, the guys who went straight last year?
Way further along.
All right, so he's better than those guys. We've also heard a lot of people say that maybe he will try and challenge the NBA's rule about the high school class having to graduate and try and jump to the NBA this very year. You are, in addition to being a college basketball expert, also an attorney. Do you think he has a chance in court with that?
I would not think so, and here's why. I don't want to get too technical on the legal side of it, but the rule that is in place that does not allow a player whose high school class has not yet graduated to enter the NBA draft was collectively bargained between the Players Association and the league. Therefore, it would probably be safe from an antitrust challenge, which is the route that LeBron James would have to take if he wanted to go his senior year in high school before he graduated. One, I don't think he will try to do that because the NBA will fight that tooth and nail because they don't want to encourage younger kids to come out. But this kid, it may be appropriate for him to skip college because he's probably going to make more money in endorsements and from shoe contracts that he would make in his own rookie deal. So he's a unique case. Most kids should not leave early. They're not prepared for it emotionally or from a maturity level physically, but this kid is.
He may be a very, very unique.
Lebron James was born 30th December 1984 in Akron, Ohio, to Glory Marie James, who was only 16 at the time of his birth. When LeBron James grew up, his life was off over his family. as they moved from apartment to apartment in the seedier neighborhoods of Akron, while Gloria struggled to find steady work, realizing that her son would be better off in a more stable family environment. His absolute phenomenal talent and was undeniable on the basketball court. Lebron James was selected by his hometown team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, as the first overall pick in the 2003 NBA draft. In his first regular season game, he scored 25 points in a 106-92 loss to the Sacramento Kings, setting an NBA record for the most points scored by a prep-to-pro player in his debut performance. At the conclusion of that season, he became the first Cavalier to ever receive the NBA Rookie of the Year, which was absolutely batshit crazy at that time. But that's by the way. Let's dive into the main story we're here for. The Chronicles of LeBron James. At an early age, he showed his natural talent for basketball.
You know, your first thing about Michael
LeBron
Jordan
was recruited by St. Vincent,
it goes way beyond,
or Vincent St.
Michael
Mary's
Jordan
High
goes
School,
back to
in which
Bill
he joined the
Russell,
basketball team in
Wilt Chamberlain,
1999.
Bob Cousy, and everybody who has
As a
laid down
freshman,
the stones for
he
us
averaged
players
18
coming in
points per
now
game, which is the
to
same
make an
as
impact
a
on this
freshman in
game.
high
And,
school.
I
He
think
helped
we're
the
doing a
team
great
to
job
Division
of
III state titles
following
by scoring
tradition,
25
and
points
that's
in
just
the
playing great
championship game.
basketball. And you know, it's not
Word of
sometimes
his
you think about
advanced
basketball.
basketball
It's about being
spread and his
a good
talents,
person off the court too.
and he received several honors for his great performance. In Game 5, he scored 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 13 assists. In his own words, I made a difficult decision to leave Cleveland, but I understood what my future was about. For the following game, he said, I knew we had to bring the future to light, meaning winning the NBA title. In his stint with the Miami Heat, he absolutely destroyed NBA history and created his own history. Became the youngest player ever to score 20,000 points, succeeding the late and great Kobe of LA Lakers, who accomplished this feat when he was 29, and becoming only the 30th player in NBA history to achieve such a distinction. LeBron James made a jump shot in the final seconds of the game, bringing his scoring title 20,000 and leading the Heat to a 92-75 victory over the Golden State Warriors. But his time with the Miami Heat had come to an end only 3 years later. In July 2018, LeBron James signed to the LA Lakers for a $153 million contract, joining Magic Johnson, Abdul-Jabbar. Things got off to a much better start the following season thanks to a large part of Anthony Davis joining the Lakers, spearheading Lakers' rise to the top AP Male Athlete of the Decade honors. He won the fourth championship in 2020 when the Lakers defeated the Miami Heat in a special playoff tournament held at the Walt Disney Resort. Following the outset of the year, he completed his US Olympic basketball tour during the 4 Summer Olympic Games in 2004, 2008, 2012, and 2024. He made his Olympic debut in summer of 2004 against Athens. He and his teammates won the bronze medal after defeating Lithuania. Argentina took home the gold after beating Italy in the finals. In the summer of 2008, he traveled to Beijing to play with the likes of the late Kobe, Jason Kidd, and Dwayne Wade on Team USA. This time around, the Americans brought home the gold after defeating Spain in the final round. At Summer Olympics in London, Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony, and several other great NBA stars, to be the male flag bearer for the US delegation at the opening.
Game 7 against the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference semifinals, and I'm looking at you, and you walked off that court immediately. And to my knowledge, I had never seen you that upset. I want you to take me back to that moment. How were you feeling at that particular moment when you guys had lost in the playoffs to the Boston Celtics?
You know, you never want your season to end early, you know, and, you know, for one, the first thought in my mind was, you know, wow, okay, so now what I'm gonna do, you know, is, you know, I knew we had the Olympics, but I'm like, you know, I didn't want the season to end this way. You know, being that close to beating them and being able to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals, it was like, you know, 1 or 2 more plays could have prevailed us to get to that next step. And we didn't make the plays.
But was it a matter of the plays, or was it a matter of you looking at this Cleveland Cavaliers team at that time and saying, we're not good enough?
Well, I thought we were, I thought we could become really better. We could become better, and I think the team that we had out there, you know, with the late season trade, you know, happened in February, it didn't allow us to really get comfortable with each other. You know, and Delonte and Joe Smith and Ben Wallace and Wally Zerbiak, we didn't get enough chemistry in time to face Boston, even though we played them well. And I think one thing that's helped us now that we've come into this season with all our pieces right from the beginning.
So looking at it from that standpoint, right now, looking at your squad, your roster, your supporting cast, what are your expectations for the Cleveland Cavaliers this year?
Well, my expectations is always going to be high. Just because how I feel as an individual, I feel like I continue to get better every year. I continue to bust my butt in off season to get ready for a season to go into June. So I look forward to us competing for an NBA championship this year. And every night I go on the court, I approach it that way, on us trying to get better for the long-term goal. Short-term goal, we want to just continue to get better every night.
Well, I'm not going to let you get off that easy. I mean, you were in the NBA Finals a couple of years ago. You're in the Eastern. You're already competing for an NBA World Championship.
We want to win it. I want to win it. You know, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get our guys prepared to go out there and win it.
Do you feel this team is good?
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody